Hello there, this is Jim the Keys bartender coming to you from Key Largo, and I am starting episode 157 out from the back of Jenna Kelly's patio at their beautiful tiki bar, and Jenna and Tyler right now are at the at Jenna's in-laws for dinner. They're having dinner right now, and I wanted to start out. This is the big ball of destiny today. I just started 1 minute ago, if you want to come right in. I just didn't want to start too late here. And I'm just welcoming them. Damon just showed up, and Papa Joe. Those mics are hot, if you want to. And there's beers in the fridge.
They're not hot.
Sodas, beer, ready to go. I think I'm playing music in the background, am I? Let me pause that. Here. So, yeah, I was going to just start out. And this is great. And you showed up. I said it's quarter after I have to go. I don't have to leave. I just have to start podcasting. It's just one of those things.
And Jenna did say she's on her way, so.
Oh, no, we're good. We're good. I wanted to start out with, I guess the biggest shocker today was, did you hear the news about the Felicity Huffman and these actresses? And
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's total bullshit. It's Papa Joe right there. I don't call him Papa Joe because we're the same age, but they call him Papa Joe. I think the rest of them call you Papa Joe, right?
Yeah, they do. Papa Joe, Daddy Joe, amongst other things.
And you're a retired state policeman.
Retired state trooper in Florida.
Yep. And the information I got is that it was this company or this organization that would pump up people's ACT scores and SAT scores, get them fake, Photoshop them in to get them in for a sports, some kind of sports.
Yeah, I just read the article an hour ago, and in fact, two that had come out. They essentially say exactly the same thing. This particular company were like these education advisor group, and they would have the rich and famous.
Yes. And stockbrokers and all these bankers and shit like
rich, that. I should say rich and famous and or just rich.
Rich, yeah.
And they would they try and get them through the athletic scholarship program side. So
I don't know if it's an athletic scholarship. They weren't doing it for athletic scholarship. It's to get them into the, I guess, with their low academic performance, to get them into qualify in a slot for that sport. Like Felicity Huffman, I think their daughters, two daughters, they were trying to get in rowing, and they never
they didn't row.
They didn't row.
Yeah.
And the other one, I don't know. I don't recognize her because I didn't watch the show.
And it was always these weird sports like rowing and
lacrosse or
like
tennis and stuff like that. And
they would Photoshop
to get them into USC. I mean, they're having a hard time getting USC.
Duke, University of Texas. I mean, the list. UCLA. The list.
Holy shit! They must have been. I mean, if they're wealthy parents and stuff like that,
right.
These kids must have been tremendous fuck ups.
No,
because with
average.
the kind of
they could just been average.
Oh shit! You know what? I went to Catholic school in Philadelphia. I got accepted in a lot of those schools. USC.
They could.
I mean, I was not.
But Jim.
I mean, I didn't have.
Then and now, when we went to college, when we applied for college, that's a different world. It's so competitive now, and the prices are so outrageous. It's not like the average.
Well, they can afford it. They can afford it. And if you're really wealthy, you donate a little money to school. You see, back to school. Remember?
Yeah.
That's how Rodney Dangerfield got in. I know. What is that? It doesn't really apply to the Keys, maybe necessarily, but there are a lot of wealthy, influential people that live down here, and you do see the one thing. There are a lot of entitled children running around, right?
Clearly,
a lot of entitled children, and you just see these people. And you go, "What the fuck? You can't even get into school with your tutors, your private schools." You're going to have to. Oh, she's wearing a shirt too. Your private schools. You're going to have to go and fake it. And they said that some of the kids. It's a preliminary. They started coming out, and they arrested Felicity. They arrested Felicity Huffman
Well, the other
they arrested her,
actress
and then she had to
is in
get
Canada, and she
and
has
she's
to turn
coming.
herself
Yeah,
in.
she's turning herself in. And William H. Macy, and from what I heard is that the guy discussed with both of them, so obviously he's liable too. Man, it cuts across both ways with that stuff, with left or right, man. When it comes to bullshit, when you
Here
got
was my
wealthy
observation.
people.
So I read the article, and I thought, good. I mean, no one. You cheat the system, and this goes against the American working class grain, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we still have all this dark money flowing into politics. And have you ever heard a peep about that?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, anytime that there's election reform, or election reform is actually would be dark money, and lobbyists and whatever comes in. But I mean, even with like the current guy, 45, with his threatening the schools not to release his records. Because you had never seen his records. He just tells you he was straight A.
Well, because
So
we
he's a C
can't read
student.
everything in crayon, I guess.
He's a C student, and he went to Wharton, and I figure, how the hell are you going to threaten Wharton? Wharton has Wharton and Harvard. They have these endowment funds that are in the tens of billions of dollars, and just their authority alone as a higher level learning institution or elite learning institution, you figure they'd be able to put up.
I don't know. Maybe 45 had his dad pay for Photoshop some tennis photos or something.
Yeah, I didn't think that yet. Photoshop. They would Photoshop like they did at the Kennedy assassination, where they put the guys in the on the grassy knoll.
They're on the knoll.
Yeah, they got the bowls, and you have Fidel Castro sitting there and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
and somewhere on the fourth story was Alex Jones.
Oh yeah, with the animal human hybrids.
With the conspiracy theories.
Well, that doesn't he have the animal-human hybrids? They're people.
Oh, and aliens.
And
I
aliens.
think he's covered all the bases, hasn't he?
Yeah, I just had to start with that, even though it was not Keyes initially. It's not a Keyes. It's just amazing. And I did put my big. You call it Jenna's here. Jenna. You called it a. It wasn't a gazing ball. What's it called?
It was a gazing globe.
A gazing globe?
Yes, you called it an orb.
It's an orb in shape.
Right, but an orb is
But
like
it is not a light
something.
floating
It's a
in the
light
sky.
floating in the sky. You have
Well,
a gazing globe.
that would be the first definition, was via an orb. That's
an orb is a light that floats in the sky.
Float
And
in
the
the
different
sky.
colors tell you which spirit it is that's
it
looking
could
over
float
you. Yeah, it could float. I mean, you
and
could
float
throw
in a
it.
high, dense enough atmosphere.
Once
it would float.
landed, it would probably shatter.
Not mine.
Yours.
Mine would dent. It's metal.
Oh, it's metal.
It's metal. Mine would not shatter. Unless it was extra cold, it would shatter. I guess it would. Oh, look at you. Rarely see you drinking when you're coming in, Tyler.
I'm always drinking.
Well, he's drinking
So
a
it's
glass
a
of wine.
picture. It's a picture now. Is the big globe of destiny? Did I put that? I may not put big. I'll change
Your
it.
big globe of destiny.
Yeah, instead of ball, my big ball of destiny, maybe.
You should see
Well-
big ball. I have a big blue ball over there somewhere.
I got two.
No, but the blue ball doesn't foretell the future.
Mine
The blue
do.
ball doesn't. We
What
should
about my
take it
green
out.
balls?
We
The
should
green
take a
balls- the
picture
green
of the
balls
big
can-
blue ball.
Oh yeah, that's very
There's green balls.
Celtic. He has green balls. Tyler has green balls. I mean, if you wash them regularly, you'd probably be less green.
Yes, and listeners, those are
Yeah.
actually buoys.
Oh,
Hanging
I
up
thought I saw he was
decoration.
wearing shorts. Maybe he was exposing himself, and they were hanging low.
No, I'm looking for my big
Yeah,
blue
I
ball. know
I
it's
just
over
picked
there.
that. I just picked that out of my ass. The thing, but we did the crazy questions. But the things that set you off is there's not stupid questions. There, one questions you get while you're at work, while you're, let's say you're pushing through a heavy workload. You have a lot of applications to go through, loan applications, whatever, and someone asks you for something that they could have asked you in the beginning. They could have said, "Give me lots of ice, give me extra ice." I'll get it like this. I can get it like this. Excuse me, can I get more ice? I'm like, oh, here's give them a big cup. I didn't need that much. Just don't use what you fucking want.
Right, it's ice.
It's ice. It's
It's
there
not
for you.
icy.
I only needed this much, and I'm like, do not stop giving me quantities. Like I need 12 cubes and shit like that. When people say I only want 2 cubes of my ice, I give them a little glass of ice. I say, you know what? You put exactly this amount of ice you can put in, and then you have nothing to say. well, I want you to do it. And then I go like, give him a couple. I say, go, you can fucking choke
It's like
on
those
it.
people that say, I want black coffee with 3 packets of sugar. Okay, well, here's the big sugar thing. Take as many
Right in front of
packets
you.
as
There's
you
a
want.
cream too, if you want it. I don't want cream. Don't use it. Well, you can't control yourself. You're gonna fucking. You can just double. Go, ah, like you, yeah, cream, shooting it all over your face. No, I'm sorry, that was great.
Well,
Yeah, and say,
hello,
and then
Joe.
someone goes, they ordered a vermouth. Can I have vermouth with that in that martini? And I go, sure. I want to see you do it. And I take and put a finger over the top of it, and I do it, and I hold it. Not that much, okay. I didn't put any in. But they can't fucking tell. You want vermouth? You can't handle vermouth.
There's
That's
vermouth
my
in a regular
Few Good Men
martini, though, isn't there? Okay.
No, there's never. You know what?
There's
I
never
never.
vermouth?
There is,
What?
but I never put it in.
What is a drink that you would normally
You would put in
with vermouth? Like
martini.
That's it.
Martini in a Manhattan, sweet vermouth in a Manhattan, or dry Manhattan. You put dry vermouth in, but that you got to put it in when you make a dry Manhattan. But because they want some dry vermouth in it, that makes it dry. But the driest of drinks of martinis is when you don't put any in. Extra dry. It's like it. So I've never had, like I said before, I never had anybody send a martini back because it didn't have enough vermouth. They don't fucking know what they're talking about. I hate to say it. I know martini drinkers are saying, I want it like this, and I want my lemon thing, and then like, oh, I told you, oh, I did. I asked the woman, I said, listen, what do you want? You want scotch? What would you like? And do you want a twist in that? She goes, I want a twist of lemon. I said, do you want a twist of lemon or a lemon twist? And she goes, I said, you know the difference? She goes, I know the difference. I'll have what I order. And so I gave it to her. It was a wedge. And she goes, I didn't ask for that. I said, yeah, you did. You said there's a difference. Then you should have told me that you knew the difference. Because one's just the peel. One's the whole lemon. And she goes, you're stupid.
What?
And I said, you know what? Right at then, it took me from like my neutral to 10. Fucking call me stupid? You said you're stupid? You could have said that's stupid. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You're stupid.
She said that to you. How long ago was that?
Yeah, she's socially retarded, the lady that did it.
I
And I was still kind of dug in it. And I felt bad for her after that. I said, that's why you live with your cats. That's why someday, if they're still on, I don't know if the show's still on, but they're going to go digging through your 500 stacks of newspaper, find your dead cats, the rat chewing on a dead cat.
What was that thing we watched? Oh, Graham Norton. There was an episode of the Graham Norton show, which is flipping hilarious. And David and I
Who's
were
Graham
watching.
Norton?
Graham Norton is a British talk show host.
British talk show.
Oh, okay.
And he had
Other side, late night.
stretch reach the beard.
I know.
He had Joan Rivers and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Not recently.
No, not recently. And some
Yeah.
other people that were. Oh, and then a couple of the guys from Top Gear. Right? And they were going through and they were reading off things like having the audience tell them things that they didn't like. What's your pet peeve? What is something that you just can't stand? And they walked around and the one lady was like staring children, like the kids that stare at you over the thing on the airplane. Or another woman said, men with cats. Like that's her pet peeve. It's like men that have cats.
What's the big deal about
I
that?
don't know. But men with cats made me think about it. Talk about
Cats are great. I mean,
I wanna
hey,
be
listen.
able
I'm
to-
talking. Listen, being a person that I don't have a problem with cats. I love cats. Cats are independent. You know, if you're a busy person, a cat, and you want company, cat doesn't give a shit if you're there or not. Matter of fact, you fell in the tub or fell in the shower and you're dead, the cat could improvise. Would start eating you.
It could eat you.
It would
right?
eat you.
But have you
Yeah.
ever listened to Joan Rivers? Like I listened to her when she was younger.
Yeah.
But I mean, she was like pushing 80, right, at the time.
At
Yeah.
the time,
And that woman is so vile that it was.
Oh,
horrible.
she's disgusting when it comes to
Still, she was talking about a 5 o'clock shadow on her ass because as you get older, there's hair that grows everywhere, and she's like literally 80 years old. And it was morbid because she was talking about, well, wouldn't it be funny if I
Yeah,
died?
you know, it's funny.
Like, right here on
she
your
used to
show?
rip it. She used to rip on flight attendants all the time, and then she'd go and talk about how dry her vagina is.
Yeah, she said something.
You know what I mean?
Was
She
it
was the one who's like
a commercial. For
yeah,
the-
you have to get a clam shucker to get it open. No, that's the shit she would say and stuff like that. And then oh my God, her poor husband. Now she's dead. You're not supposed to say, oh, they're dead.
Right.
But what'd she call her husband? What was his name?
don't
I remember his name. She used to say shit about him all the time. And you wonder why he killed himself. He killed himself.
Oh, really?
He killed himself. Yeah, all those years she made he was 5 to 10% of her act.
Oh, wow. So she
Yeah.
ripped on her husband all the
I
time?
mean, yeah, she
I
was
couldn't
pretty
believe it.
bad.
She was really morbid because she was actually like sitting there talking about how wouldn't it be funny if I died right here on the show? Like I was just talking.
And she
then-
died during plastic surgery or something like that. No,
No,
a
it was
routine,
a routine.
like a gas
Something with her
septic.
sinuses. I thought something. I could be wrong. That's just what I remember.
Yeah, no, I
supposed to
remember it
be
wasn't
something
major.
simple.
It wasn't like a
She went
cancer
into cardiac
surgery or
arrest
anything
during
like that.
that
Yeah.
process or something. But yeah. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that shit when people ask you and they tell you after the fact when they go and tell you, oh, I should have told you. I say, yeah, you should have.
Yeah.
You know, people that special order things all the way down to the minutia all the time. And I'm not talking about your wings. I'm talking about when you have like 8 different things off the standard
Oh.
recipe thing, and then you're surprised people get it wrong.
Or then they're like, oh, can I have a chicken sandwich, please? But have the chicken on the side. And then I want some lettuce, but I only want.
No, they could have told you, I just want a
It needs to
chicken
be on-
breast. I don't want a sandwich. I
Then
just
it
want a
needs to be
chicken
on a
breast.
separate plate, and then I want
Yeah.
mayonnaise, and that needs to be on the side, and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
You know.
and don't let the pickle touch the thing. I don't want the pickle because the pickle's going to infect the plate. I can't have the onion. Someone, I have a friend, and they, the onion touches the tomato. He can't eat the tomato, and he said sometimes they must stack it there earlier. And I said, no, they probably put it on there, and then they saw no onion and took it off, but they didn't realize you were. And I said, it's got to be a bitch to be you. And looking at me, yeah, it is. And he didn't understand, like, that was kind of a insult. I'm like, easygoing people have it much easier to, not to be facile about it, right? That if you're going to, when you go into a place and say, what's this? Okay, I don't like garlic. No garlic. That's fine. No garlic, no gluten. Don't have any rice near the thing. I can't have any shellfish in the thing. You know, some people are serious. They have serious. I mean, the shellfish thing, I understand, and the major allergies, I completely understand. But if a bite of a shrimp or something fried with shrimp will kill you or get you sick, maybe you should just prepare your own meals or something like that, or just don't eat a fried food. You know, go avoid those things. Don't play it loose with the. You know, you have a nut allergy. I'm not sure about the cake. It could have macadamia nuts in it. Well, let's give it a whirl. Let's roll the dice on that one. Motherfucker. Oh, they're puking and their throat's closing up. Where's that pen?
Yeah.
We get someone left the pen. Someone left the EpiPen. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Someone left the EpiPen at the bar.
Hasn't
It's
been
sitting
used,
there.
we'll take it.
We don't know what it's for though.
What do
500
you mean
bucks.
what it's for?
No, it's epinephrine. I know that,
Right, but
but we
EpiPen
don't
is
know
for-
what who the person that left it.
Oh.
Whether you know if they're bee sting person or food
most
allergy
likely.
thing.
Food allergy.
Yeah.
I have them too.
Yeah, we could be Narcan.
Well, it's
Maybe
not-
their friends are always overdosing on
It's not
fentanyl.
Narcan, it's epinephrine. It's to help.
No, but I
offset
mean it's in the same kind of
anaphylactic
container.
Shock. That's
No,
what
but
it
they have that same thing in a container.
is. Yeah, but if it's an EpiPen, it will say it's epinephrine on it.
I will say that.
Yeah.
I didn't look at it closely enough. I never needed it. I haven't. I've never had an allergic reaction to anything. I did maybe some chemicals one time. I got a rash.
Oh, you poor thing.
That's it. Well, I know. Hey, I didn't go to hospital for it. You know, but
I
with
have a
that,
problem
what
with
there was a
these.
comedian said, if you really wanted to get rid of the allergies problem, you know, just for a couple years, just cover your eyes, and you know, every time someone eats a peanut, you go, oh, they died.
I think you found out Nair wasn't meant for your balls.
What? Nair wasn't meant for your balls. Oh, did you?
Your chemical reaction? Is that what
Oh,
it was?
No, I would never do that. That's. I've never used any hair removal, spray hair removal. I'm purely a shaving guy. I did use electric razor. I don't have a problem saying this.
why couldn't you wax? Wouldn't you wax?
Oh, that's brutal. What are you from fucking outer space? Wax my ball hair?
People do that. They wax like those guys go to the wax salon and spread their
They
butt
wax
cheeks.
It's not
and
as far.
everything.
It's not. That's not as far as I'm willing to go. I'm. You know, I have all the implements I need. I don't need to have anybody to pour hot wax on my balls. Right? It has to be hot, isn't it?
It's like warm. I have a wax.
Well, what
so I can
happened?
do my
What
own
happened is the
eyebrows.
thermostat's off. Right? And they put 250-degree melted wax on your ball. It's not like 50 Shades of Gray. That's kind of like the Spanish Inquisition kind of stuff.
How do you know about 50 Shades of Grey? Have you watched it?
Oh, Abby made me go to the first one.
Oh.
She didn't make me go to the second one. I swear to God, I don't get it. If that guy was that sick of fuck, the guy would just like smacking her ass until red. Now she liked it a little, because obviously girls that don't like it. See, girls don't want to be smacked in the ass by a poor ass like a mechanic. But if you're a billionaire that flies his own helicopter, sure, smack
so really,
away.
But he was that bad in the movie? Like he
Oh, he had his own room. He had a room of whips and leathers and buying.
What's his address?
I don't know. I don't even. It's in the Northwest. It's in the Northwest. It's either Portland or Seattle or something like that.
So Damon,
I was just want,
are we taking a trip? Damon's like, no.
it's no. I mean, I don't think it's anything wrong with it actually. If that's obviously it takes everyone, because we have the Lovers Boutique up there and they have tons of shit like that there. I'm sure.
They have like the S&M room in the back with the doors that close. So
No, that would be. No, that's
Chains
kind of
and
a
whips
that's a
and
single use one. If you say an S&M room, there's a lot of bodily fluids around there. You got blood, semen, puke, ass sweat.
I meant like a room where they sell those. They're just
Oh,
those
I
items.
thought you meant
Not a
S&M room.
place to go back in there and actually perform something.
Okay, yeah, I'm saying that's
I mean, how else
you'd
are they
have to
gonna
really. I mean, I imagine you'd have to make a room that's easy to sanitize. Now you got me off on a stomach.
See, now I'm
if I made a
wondering if
room,
they
I would
have-
clean it.
I wonder if they have like professional. You know how like
How would you clean something like that, right?
right?
Carefully.
Well, that's the same thing. Like the guy who cleans the stripper poles. Like, how would you like to have that?
No,
job
but if you
done?
had a clean surface, if it's like all, let's say white walls, white latex, and you just wipe it down, and you had your drain in the floor, you can kind of spray it down,
Spray it down.
sanitize it. That's basically if you're using it for the public, especially those massage parlors, right? Think about their linen bill. Holy shit, you should. I mean, they should change it. I think the linen. You don't need a 800 count. Is that thing? What 800 count? 800 count Egyptian sheets. The guys don't care. You can get a Kmart white sale sheet. They don't care.
You probably use paper tablecloths.
No, I think they use.
Paper's not comfortable.
No, they use Filipino sheets.
That's what it's called, Filipino sheets.
No, you get the Filipino sheets when you go to
When you go to a Filipino restaurant. Is that what you mean?
Massage parlor.
Oh, okay, massage parlor. Well, it's a lot of Koreans and stuff like that now. It seems like a lot of Koreans and Thai people. I don't know. It's just that's what I see in that.
I saw a funny.
That's what
meme.
I see in the paper.
I was telling these guys
I know.
yesterday.
I don't know. I really don't know. And I think they're charging around $50 right now. I mean, once again, it's anecdotal evidence. It's not something I've seen firsthand.
Saw a Tinder
felt.
screenshot with the name blacked out,
Yeah.
and on the bottom of the picture it said, "I'm Thai, so if you send me a dick pic, I might send you one back."
Oh, the she boys. They call them she boys.
I'm not sure what they call them.
She boys.
She boys?
Yeah, they got a big thing. They got all bars full of them and stuff like that. They're nice looking. That's a shame, that you'd have to. I mean, if you're gonna play in the fast lane, don't get all freaked out when you you think you're with a woman. It's a guy. When you think it's a guy, it could be a woman.
Or like there was this other one that had.
You go down. You're going down south, and all of a sudden, oh, there's a vagina. I didn't see. Well, you look like a guy.
There was two pictures
know?
of two women, one next to each other. It was like what we talked about, like liking a woman with meat on her bones in the '80s, and it was a curvy woman. And right next to the other one was a woman with a real tight dress with a big boner underneath.
Oh,
That's
fat
what
one?
they say about women that have meat on their bones nowadays.
That's a meaty bone.
It's
That's a meaty
bone.
boner. That's what they meant. A meaty boner.
Right?
The next topic I wanted to go is Publix
Publix.
parking lot
Uh-oh.
with the busy season people.
Yes.
Do you know what happens when you got people come by with a boat? Did we talk about this?
No.
They come by, they have their boat, and it's not someone from out of state, it's someone nearby, usually Miami or Homestead, and they're coming down here with their boat, and they load up with beer, ice, and what do? They take all their shit and they leave it. They fill up the coolers. They're like in a race to get on the water, and they throw their shit
all the
off to the
empty
side.
ice bags and the
I ran into
beer cases.
one of them. I told them to pick it the fuck up, and they go. I go. You can either pick it up, or I'm just going to. I took a picture and send it to them. I say, you know, you got your license plate and stuff like that. Where are you going to go?
Right.
And obviously, you tell these people come down here all the time. It's like, don't be an asshole.
What do you do? Do you pick it up?
They picked it up.
Yeah, good.
They have no choice. It's a fine. It's littering.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand you're in a hurry, but you know, if you do come down here, and this is the Keys thing, we don't go and shit in your neighborhood. I mean, matter of fact, that does in Philly. That was a place called the J Street Cafe, and a friend of mine lived in it. It was, I forget the name, Juniata Park in Philadelphia, and this woman said she was having a cigarette on her front stoop. It's row homes. So in between the row homes, they had steps. So that night, you know, a nice night to sit and have a cigarette and stuff like that. And she said someone came out of the J Street Cafe. It's near one of our elevated trains. They got in between two cars and they squatted down and took a shit on the street. And no one, and you know what? She I think she may have started yelling at him, but then she realized what she's going to do. The guy's already halfway through, so you're gonna have it. It's gonna wipe it on your car, maybe. Or something.
Give him a roll of paper.
Yeah, throw it out like shit like that.
Help a brother out.
I mean, you come down here, you want to get on the water, you enjoy the water, you imagine you want the place to be pristine. And Nest Key, there's a Nest Key around here, right? Where you take the dog out there?
You can't take the dogs out to Nest Key.
Well, you can take them out, they're just not allowed.
Yeah, they're not allowed.
Oh, not allowed? Okay,
Not
but
on
isn't
Nest
it
Beach.
trash there a lot of times?
Nest Key's
No,
not usually
that's Dog Beach.
Dog Beach.
Dog Beach?
Dog Beach is up in Barnes Sound.
Okay.
So
I mean, you see
that's not
beers
trash
and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's Dog Beach. Short Key, Dog Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, just take your trash. If you're there, you came with a vehicle, how hard it is to have a bag? And who gets, I mean, United States, we're not Haiti. You don't have trash removal. There's dumpsters all over the place. There are dumpsters and trash cans.
But that would take an additional minute to 2 minutes out of their lives. And
yeah, I know. With throwing it out your window.
while they're driving is just so much easier.
I have this feeling like when you're, people say not to throw food out the window of your vehicle down here because of the carrion birds, and come down and they graze on it. So that's, I mean, actually, as some of the law enforcement said, not even, you know, because an apple, it's gonna, right? It's gonna disintegrate.
So I got a Burger King out the window story. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Remember the old bridge over here at
Yep.
Gilbert's,
Yep.
the drawbridge, right? So it got stuck, and we had to go unstick it.
Uh-huh.
So while we're on top of the bridge, me and my partner were undoing the locks, and the bridge keeper was giving us the thumbs up or the thumbs down when he got the signal that it was
Oh, so you're
unlocked.
not there?
Yeah, that bridge constantly broke.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm on the bridge, I'm jumping up and down to get this lock pin to come undone, or to engage. This guy's in
Damon,
a car,
can you do me a favor?
and he throws out a humongous bag of Burger King.
Right in front of you?
He's the second car in line, right in front of us. And it went flying because he threw it out with gusto. It went out the window, it hit the ground, and wrappers and
Thank you.
straws and cups
God
went
bless you.
everywhere. And I looked at,
What was your reaction?
well, at first my jaw dropped because I couldn't believe someone could be so stupid. So I walked over and I said, "You need to pick that up." And he refused. I said, "No, you don't understand. We're not opening the bridge till you picked it up. Now pick it up." And he just, the cuss words, and he did it while cussing the whole time. And so, of course, because it went in so many directions, napkins,
Yeah.
straws, cup lids, I made him pick up not only what was his, but everyone
everything.
else's that was on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
And of course he complained, "It's not mine." I said, "Well, it is now." And so I made him load up the back seat of his car with trash and told him, as long as you're driving, don't dump it out the car. But he pitched this fit like, trooper, what are you doing? Of course I can throw. I mean, it was like, what? And I couldn't believe his attitude that this was like a foreign concept to him. And
Really?
Like, look, go back to whatever country you came from, and even there, people are going to tell you, don't dirty our neighborhood. So why do you do it here?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a problem. You go to these places, you go to Dog Beach, and the bottles and the cans. But I have noticed one thing since being down here.
Yeah.
Locals don't do
It's
that.
not the locals.
Locals don't do it. They're
We don't
just
do it.
adamant about even cigarette butts.
Yep.
Put them in a trash bag.
We do a highway cleanup right
When
down
we
here.
snorkel and everything at these islands, we'll find beer bottles and pick those up too.
Yep. Every time I go for a walk, you find a plastic bag. You go down, you pick up bottles and cans. They're going to remedy that eventually because they're tabling an idea to put a 20-cent deposit. Yeah, it's going to be a little expensive, but you get it back. 20 cents.
For the
I mean,
bottles for the glass.
I wish they would do that down here.
that'd be great.
would be cool
20
down here.
cents, you know.
Michigan.
And you know what?
Michigan's got the best.
It would
That's
kill.
one of my favorite
It
things
wouldn't
about
necessarily
Michigan.
kill two birds, but it would injure another bird, and that would be the homeless people would not have to beg you for, it says like this, and you go, "Can I have a buck?" And you say, "Well, here's 5 cans, just as good." There you go. You got a bag?
There you go.
There goes a bunch over there too.
Pick it up.
Pick it up.
They'll raid your recycle bin.
Yeah, yeah. Why
Yeah,
not?
then I'd have weird homeless
No,
people
no.
in my
There was
recycle
always
bin.
in when they proposed that up in Pennsylvania, it's the beer distributors that always complain because that would be the redemption centers. They didn't want to handle that, but there's a way you can sweeten the perks and stuff like that. If someone think about you had to redeem it, and you make a really good redemption center that people come in, they'll buy more from you. If they say, well, you can go here, but they're a pain in the ass. If you go to this place, their prices are good, and they'll give you the money right away, and then you can buy. You can make it well, everyone's a winner.
There's some of those that have the grocery stores, like the big kiosk outside the front of the grocery store where you can put the plastic bags back in there, bottles, cans, whatever, and it prints out a little voucher that you can
Where's
use
this?
for dollar amounts. It's in Michigan.
Oh, Michigan?
Yeah, because it's like 15 cents a bottle.
Yeah.
For the recycle in Michigan. So you can just put all your bottles, all your stuff in this recycle center. It looks like a big red box.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just prints out a little voucher for how much money. So, $7, $8 when you go grocery shopping, you use that voucher towards your new purchases.
You could do that for almost anything, can you?
could.
Imagine, like, if you had tissue boxes and Jergens lotion dispenser, you put in there, and they give you a coupon, like a red box thing, a DVD,
There
adult
you go.
DVD. It's inspired by Amato Gare.
Or you
Amato
could-
Gare, the
Amato Gare.
hijacker.
Yes. Or you could get one where you could go get the dirty movie out of like a dirty red box, and you have to put in your ID first so that you're old enough, right? And then when it gives you your dirty movie, it also gives you Kleenex and Jergens.
Yeah, you should be. I think you always have to do that, don't you, in the red box?
To
Because if they have an R-rated movie, how can a
I
kid?
have no idea.
No, they
I
don't
actually
scan
was-
your ID or anything.
I was really
no.
surprised.
I mean,
that they
who
still
even
had
does
red
that
boxes.
anymore?
Publix has one, and we saw people there getting in the other day.
We went to Publix yesterday or Sunday, and I was
Yeah.
surprised. They still have 2 red boxes in them. Like, who still does that? Like with the, internet and Netflix and Amazon Prime Video and cable, and who still does that?
The same people that buy juicers and waffle makers and single-use items.
Single use item.
Yeah, DVD. How many times DVD, man? You got your. I mean, have a VHS. Yeah. I mean, there's got to be people listening. I mean, I bet the older you are, the more VHS. The amount. It's probably there's a mathematical equation to how old you are, to how much VHS tapes you have left.
Right? Or 8 tracks.
And then when it breaks, 8 tracks. Imagine that. You're like having all these. You got your Gordon Lightfoot CD, your BTO CD. Oh, but CD. I said CD. I mean, CD's even old, right? Because it's all downloaded now.
Right.
Even have a CD. Because it should all be on a thumb drive, really.
Or just the Bluetooth from your phone.
Well, I mean, if you're like traveling, you're in someone's, so you don't have to pair. They should have USB ports in cars so you can just do that.
They do.
They do now?
Yeah.
Shit, I haven't had a new car in a long time.
Like Apple CarPlay. My brother has a brand new truck.
Now that's the big divide now right now. Android, Apple.
I'm
That's
an Apple.
bullshit.
I'm an Apple all the way.
Yeah?
We all are. We all have iPhones. I do. Ty does. Damon does. Papa does.
But not every car, because Volvo's making theirs Android.
Yeah, but just
There,
think
you
about
mean-
how many people have Androids and how many people drive Volvos. Yeah, they can have that.
I think when you call it Android, it's a much larger
I wouldn't-
operating system.
Just maybe it's a larger
It's
operating
much
system, but I
much
just don't-
larger because it encompasses
that many
every
users.
other
Every other phone
platform.
I just don't see
So
that
you
many
got
people actually using
Samsung.
them.
Do they even make
Compared to
Sony
iPhone.
phones anymore?
I haven't seen
HTC.
one in a while, but
HTC is still there.
HTC is
IKEA,
still there?
HTC.
and you got that Chinese company, Huawei. Huawei. So
He says hello.
okay. Well, you know what? We'll finish up with one final story, and then we'll go into the wrap up for the episode 2. But this couple, it was Friday night. We were getting hammered, not drunk, getting hammered with business. And this woman comes in, and she's always kind of a high maintenance woman. You got to sit there. It takes her like 10 minutes to order. I mean, you have to go back 5 times to see what she wants, and she has a question for you, even though she's been there 50 times. She asks you questions about the menu, about the wines we don't have, and all that stuff. So she comes in, and she's sitting there, and she's sitting next to Ray and Jenna, and she's looking at their food and asking their opinion. And she had it ready to order food.
This is a different Jenna, by the way.
Yeah, another Jenna with a G.
Yeah.
And she's ready to order food, and they told her how good the food was with this one they had, the item they had, and she changed her mind. So we went back to order it, and she's, no, I don't want it. So Ray goes and starts talking to her again. Now, it normally takes her 10 minutes to order. It took her 40 minutes from the time. She went to 2 glasses of wine from the
I was
time she
gonna
said
say,
she
how
wanted
much
to.
did she
From the
drink?
time, no, just 2 glasses. She finished one and had another. And from 40 minutes from the time saying, I want to order my dinner. And I went back 12 times. And then the last time I went to her, she was like, I'm ready. I'm like, she's, no fucking idea that, you can go back 20 times. You are not ready. Then people are going to stop coming around, right? So Ray looks at her. I was just helping her out pick her food. I said to Ray, if you helping her out picking food, if you were helping them build the pyramids, they'd still be fucking working on them. You motherfucker, man. It took forever. 40 minutes. I never had that. You're one person.
So,
You know what you like. And from the
did she end up
time you
ordering?
told me, after she ate her appetizer, 40 minutes after she ate her appetizer, and it was done, and she told me she wanted to order dinner, then she was ready. 40 minutes after. That's pretty amazing. That's a world record.
Irritating y'all's dogs earlier when we went for a walk.
Ah,
This is neighbor Sean.
Yeah, hi, Sean. We
Hi,
didn't
Sean.
hear the dog.
Yeah.
We didn't even hear him. It was one quiet dog. So, but I'm sure you have people like that come in and stuff like that, and you're just trying to get some information from them.
Yes.
Like social security number. Anyone not know their social security number?
They all seem to think so. I mean, I have, I would say maybe
They ever come up like
one out
this?
of 50 that writes them down backwards, like 2 of the numbers
3,
backwards.
4, 5, 8, 2. That's not enough numbers. 3, 4, and they're waiting for you to finish. 5.
My favorite one is when they don't write their social security number down at all on their credit application. Don't smack those bugs. Those are blister bugs.
Oh, is that blister bugs?
Yeah, you need to swipe them off you.
Oh shit, I got it now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But and they'll
Blister
argue
bugs,
with me.
folks. This
Yes.
the bodily fluids melt your skin,
Yes.
and you look like a heroin addict.
Like little
and they come
acid.
through in waves around this
Yeah.
time at night.
Yeah.
they go away.
They'll be here for about 20 minutes and then they'll be gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a customer argue with me one time that he refused to give me my social security number, his social security number,
Yeah.
because there's no reason I would need that whatsoever, and that's private information. I said, exactly. I need to have your private information so I can pull your credit, to see if your credit worthy.
Did he want a loan if he was paying?
You don't need my social security number for that. I said, okay, well then you can have a nice day. And then I just asked him to leave. And he came back later and apologized after he checked with his banker and his lawyer.
How
and
old
his
was
tax
he? 20
accountant.
years old?
No. He
Oh, was it David?
well in his 50s.
No, I'm sorry, D.
Oh, that person? No, it was not that one. No, but that person.
He's
was.
around 60, 60
That was a different one, but yeah, there was.
Yeah.
That was, he was in his. 50s.
I found those bugs, these blister bugs, were when I worked at one night at Gilbert's. And they had a bunch of sores running up and down my arms the next time, and trying to talk to somebody. And I hit them right on the, like the area that looks like where you do.
Jim's
God,
done
this is
eating.
just getting. I
He's
think
eating
I think
the
we're
blister
I think we're going to wrap this up for now for a moment, and then take a little break. And then we'll get back to it, because this is just getting a little too much for me right here.
They're bad.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty bad. So let's play the music and say goodbye
We're
to
gonna
the
go play with the
episode.
blister bugs for a bit.
Yeah. Hey, do I have that cigar still here?
Yes, I believe
in
it's
the
in the
fridge.
fridge.
Ooh. We get the music on. There we go. See you in episode 158.